Hi guys, welcome to Greedy About Books. I am Anjana, the Greedy Reader, and this is the third time I'm taking this video because I forgot to press the record button. I forgot to press it. I did the whole video and I realized that I had not recorded it. Well, don't want to bore you with all these nitty gritty details of my life. So I shall tell you about something more interesting, which is books. So I had gone to Mathrubhumi Bookshop yesterday and I wanted to buy one book. And I realized how impossible that is for me because I ended up buying more books. So I thought I'll tell you about it because I thought these books were very interesting. So let me tell you about the book that I actually went there to buy. It's called Kadal Kadanja Tirumathiram, written by C. Radhakrishnan. It's a Malayalam book and it is the biography of Tunjatha Ramanujan Ezhuthachan, who is considered the father of Malayalam literature. And C. Radhakrishnan is one of the most prolific and accomplished authors in Kerala today. So this book is something that I had not heard about, but somebody sent me a video, a dear friend sent me a video about this book and I was blown. I was blown by this visionary called Ezhuthachan, whom I did not know anything about. I had internalized this one sentence that he's the father of Malayalam literature. That's it. But there is so much more to him, which the author has brought out beautifully, apparently. So I want to read it. I want to know about this person whose thoughts are very relevant even today. So that is Kadal Kadanja Tirumathiram, biography of Tunjatha Ramanujan Ezhuthachan by C. Radhakrishnan. So this is what I went there to buy, okay? And I ended up getting some more books. Let me introduce you to the books that I got. This is another book, Indian Kavida by Sachidanandan. So Sachidanandan is another great poet, okay? So Sachidanandan has translated a lot of poems in other Indian languages into Malayalam, like from Oriya, Urdu, Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, he's translated it into Malayalam. So there are this lovely collection. I thought, it's very, very varied and very different. So that is Indian Kavida by Sachidanandan. Okay. Next one is The Best of Nora Ephron. Nora Ephron has written and directed two of my all-time favorite movies, which is You've Got Mail and Julie and Julia. So I'm always interested in wanting to read what she writes, okay? Because Nora has also been a journalist. She writes screenplays. She is a filmmaker. So these are a collection of her essays, extracts from her screenplays, extracts from her novels. So it should be very interesting. And the cover is also quite attractive, I thought. Pink typewriter. How cool. So that's The Best of Nora Ephron by Nora Ephron. And now we come to another book which I've been wanting to read. It's called The Covenant of Water by Abraham Verghese. And it has been on all the lists. Every magazine, every publication seems to be talking about this book. But I have also been hearing great things from people who have actually read it. And Abraham Verghese is an author who I have liked. I have read his first book, My Own Country, which is about his experience as a doctor in Tennessee when AIDS was prevalent. So there's this disease which is making people shun the patients because they have AIDS. Society is shunning people because they have AIDS. So how does this physician tackle all this? It's very well written. There's a rare empathy and sensitivity in what he writes. So I hope that will be reflected in this book too. That's why I wanted to read this huge book, okay? Huge. The Covenant of Water by Abraham Verghese. This is fiction. I think this is the only fiction that I've picked up this time. So it is about this family in South India, in Kerala, from the 1900s to the 1970s, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And it should be a good read. Okay, so that's The Covenant of Water by Abraham Verghese. And now let me come to another biography, which is called Dear Reader, written by Shankar, who is an eminent Bengali author. And this book has been translated from the Bengali into English by Arunava Sinha, and Arunava Sinha is one of the best translators in India today. So this should be a lovely read. And what made me buy this is this one sentence, okay, which says, "This is Shankar's love letter to an ever-changing city and its people." And Bengal and Calcutta is something that I love reading about. I love reading about the culture, the people, the literature, the food, everything. So in this, Shankar writes about his life there and his life as a writer and strong women who have been in his life and the authors who have walked in and out of his life, like Bibhuti Bhushan Bandyopadhyay, who wrote Pothar Panchali. So I thought that was really, really very interesting. So I picked this up. I'm sure I'm going to love it. It's called Dear Reader by Shankar. And last, The Patriarchs, How Men Came to Rule, written by Angela Sani. So Angela Sani is a science journalist and her books are very, very well researched. This is her fourth book. So How Men Came to Rule, the whole title is very descriptive and this is something that has always interested me. I have been wanting to know how we have reached this stage. How did this big, huge gender bias happen? How did we willingly let ourselves become the second gender or the second sex? How do we do that? Okay. So this, I hope, will give me clarity on this issue. And Angela has actually written another book, which I think should also be very interesting. It's a long title, so I wrote it down. It's called Inferior, How Science Got Women Wrong and the New Research That's Rewriting the Story. That should also be interesting. So those were the books that I got yesterday, and I don't know when I'm going to read it, but when I see books which are interesting, I just have to buy it. And so I tried not to go to bookstores because I have got so many that I have yet to read, but it's okay. It's okay because they'll all wait for me until I come there ready to read them. They'll all wait for me, and I feel so nice when I look at all these books stand, all around me, looking at me. I feel that they're comforting me and saying, okay, don't worry, we are here for you, kind of. So before I ramble more and bore you to death, that's all for this week. We'll meet next week when I come with the next episode. So you guys go and read because there are books in all topics and both fiction and non-fiction. So there's no excuse for you not to read. So we'll meet again next week. Bye-bye.